Awesome. So, Shweta, Jisha, one of the things I know, Shweta, you've been running payroll on Asanify now, right? For a while.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
so, help me understand, while Jisha is still new in the Asanify world, but have you been facing any challenges in terms of how is my payroll? What is the accuracy of my payroll? Is the output that is coming out, is that correct or not? How do you check that right now?
So, so what happens is accuracy is a second part. While running payroll, I do face a little challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So, like there's a team of 30 plus members for whom payroll is being run by me.
Mm-hmm.
And while processing, there are few things which we need to process, like few of the employees who have processed for the expenses reimbursement.
Right.
Uh, Few of them have taken the advance loan from the company for which
Right.
we need to get the recovery installment done.
Right.
For those things, what I have to do is I generally run the payroll, download the Excel, and
Right.
then make all these adjustments in the Excel, and then I process it through the past payroll option
Oh, got it.
because I
Got
find
it.
it
No, that
much easier
I
as
understand.
compared to the normal one.
No, actually not. I will just show, we'll touch upon that and then we'll come to how to make it more efficient and be sure of what we are running. So whenever
Okay.
you give employee loans, technically that becomes a perquisite that you've given to the employee. And we had a couple of, we had one webinar session, I think a month back or so, on how the perquisites and salary structure should be targeted. But I'm assuming that when you've given this loan to the employee, you are not treating it like a perquisite. You're not charging a tax on that, right?
Yes, right.
So what you should do is, let's say, if you can see my screen, what you should do
Yes.
is, it's treat it like a salary advance. Okay. Instead of thinking of it as a loan, think of it as a salary advance where you're, let's say I've given 1 lakh rupees to somebody and I'm
Huh.
deducting 25,000 every month for the next 4 months. All right.
Okay.
So what you
Huh.
should do is, let's say if Sophia is that employee who I have given a salary advance, what I
Huh.
will do is today only, much before you run the payroll, you should go to the salary tab of this employee and add
Huh.
those advances for as many months as you want, saying that, okay, in the month of December, I will recover 25,000. So I will add 25,000 as a salary advance for December. What I will do is for the next 4 months, January, February, March, I will keep adding those advances on day one, today itself. So right now, I will then add one salary. Any day of the month is fine. I will add another 25,000 here for January. Okay. Let's say I will just add a couple more and then I'll show you when running the payroll, the system will automatically deduct these system will automatically deduct these advances that you've paid out. So let's say in the month of February, I'll put another 25,000. Let's say only 3 months I've given 75,000 as advance and I'm going to recover that. Okay. Now that I've entered
Okay.
these 325,000, when I run the December payroll, automatically that 25,000 will get deducted when the payroll is run. Similarly, when I run the January payroll, it will automatically deduct 25,000, which is entered as an advance for January already. So this you should do that so that you don't have to worry about manual adjustment at all.
Okay, but I have a query here, Gaurav.
Ah.
So what happens is, like one of our employee to whom we have given advance, Achal,
Hmm.
she needs to show she has taken a loan from somewhere outside the bank, and
Hmm.
she needs to show that yes, she has taken an advance. So this should appear then in her pay slip, no?
It will appear in her
So,
payslip as well. Yes.
but this will appear as a 10,000 of salary advance and not as loan, right?
Correct.
What
That
is
will appear
happening
as
is,
well.
yeah,
That
what is
will appear
happening
as
is
a. Ah.
we are giving a advance of 1 lakh to the employees.
Hmm.
There are two things to it, I'll tell you. 1 lakh is being then recovered in 10 equal installments of 10,000 each for
Right.
next 10 months.
Right.
And in this case, like there are two employees. For Achal, it was happening when I processed it, it was giving me an error.
Hmm.
And then I got on a call with Priyom, and he helped me to update
Change
his
the salary
salary.
structure. Correct.
Yeah,
So
salary
that is
structure.
also the right way of doing it. You can create the salary structure with the deduction over the next 10 months with calling it a low advanced loan recovery or something like that. That can also
Right.
be done. Absolutely right. So with those ways, you can actually run the payroll without getting into the manual part. I will touch upon how you run the payroll right now and how you should be sure about the amount that is coming out, how to check that. There's a new feature that we had come up with. So let's say if I'm running the payroll for the month of December, let's say,
Okay.
while running the payroll, like Shweta, you are aware, and I'm not sure if Jisha would have seen it yet or not. But while running the payroll, what happens is, just give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, so while running the payroll, these are the warnings which will tell you if in case some data is missing. So
Yes.
let's say here you are running the payroll. This is where you can add LOP days, which I'm sure you're aware of. If there was any salary advance for the employee, let's say in Sophia's case where I had added a salary advance, if I preview the payslip, I will see that the salary advance of 25,000 that I added just now is already taken into account while running the payroll.
Right.
So from the analytics section, expense reimbursement, you can pull that out and upload that Excel sheet here with the head as reimbursement, and it will get populated under expense reimbursement here itself. You don't have to run the payroll, download it, then upload it with expense. You can simply add the expense here itself by uploading the Excel sheet with the column heading as expense reimbursement and employee ID wise, whatever is the expenses.
Okay.
Yeah. After
You asked this needs to be done from upload inputs, right?
That's correct. So let's say if there are one or two people, let's say if for Vishal Agarwal in this example, I can manually enter also, let's say 10,000 rupees of expenses. For this
Right.
employee, let's say I'm adding 5,000 rupees. But if there are too many, I can't do it one by one. I can upload it as an Excel sheet. You can download this template file as well, which will under the column saying expense reimbursement, you can just enter this amount and upload that Excel sheet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now, in the second stage, once I've added these inputs or uploaded the Excel sheet, I say now process input and review, which is where the system is rerunning the payroll, taking into account expenses or whatever else that you might have added. Sometimes there are
Okay.
variable components like sales incentive or
Yeah.
LOP days that might be there. That also needs to be taken into account. So
Okay.
after I process input, you will see that in Vishal's case, if I see the preview payslip, you will see in Vishal's case what I added loan taken as 10,000, expense reimbursement of 10,000. You'll see that is already added here.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there is a net salary and then there's an expense reimbursement which is not taxable. So it will appear as a separate line item. When you use Asanify to transfer money,
Okay.
the bank transfer will happen for 69,033 plus 10,000.
Hmm.
So you don't have to worry about downloading it and re-uploading it. While running the payroll itself, you can do this. Now,
Okay. Okay. Got it.
this stage, at this stage, before you confirm and finalize the payroll, this is
Yeah.
where sometimes there may be a problem that, I want to check whether my payroll is accurate or not before I confirm it. So
Yeah. Right.
So this is where if you see this section that has been added, you want to validate your payroll, you can always compare your payroll with the previous month. So if I
Mm-hmm.
click on this, what the system will now do is it will look at the December payroll, and for all the employees, each of the components of this salary, it will compare what is November versus December. So if you can see my screen right now, for all the employees across all the components, I will be able to see that if is everything matching as per last month, or if there is a difference, how much is the difference. Now, it may happen that some employees went through a salary increment, somebody had an incentive, somebody may have had a LOP days. As a result, the net salary may change, but at least you will know what to look at. Yeah.
Right.
And in case there is no change, it will appear as a green. It will appear as a green button saying that this is exactly as per last month, so there is no difference in the salary.
So Gaurav, one thing here. This I think in the last discussion we got a feedback call. We had a feedback call with Sophia and Priyam and everyone,
Right.
and they showed this particular thing to us. I requested for one thing. So what happens is like the way you are showing in this particular thing, now can we fetch out this in
Download.
Excel so that?
Yes, that is something that we are building on. Your input was taken last time as well. So this can be downloaded in an Excel so that you can compare it line by line. Right now,
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
so that would be great once it is available in Excel, because it becomes very easy by putting a filter out and doing the thing for that particular.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got it.
But visually, for at least here, you see, ideally, normally for not too many people, there should be a difference. Increments, etc., happen only for few and far.
Exactly.
So
Right.
this will give you a complete sense of where you might have had a change in the payroll, and in the net salary base, it will tell you that what was the net salary that you paid out last month versus this.
Okay, got it.
This becomes very easy for you before you go back, and if everything is in order, you can simply confirm and generate payslip, and you can initiate the payout from Asanify to people's bank account. So there are many activities on payroll which are needed to make sure that what you are actually running the payroll is done accurately. This is one of those activities where comparing it with the payroll across all components for all employees makes it very simple. Yeah. I'd encourage you all to use this feature, and Shweta will connect separately also so that you are not calculating the payroll by downloading and re-uploading it. You can actually do it in one go itself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Sure.
So in this session, we wanted to talk about this particular feature and how it may help you in the reconciliation of the monthly payroll last month. We'll keep doing more sessions like this on the new features that we keep coming up with. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Any questions, Disha?
Actually, the thing is, I am a bit very new to for the software, so it would actually take me time to understand everything from the beginning. So whatever you have mentioned me, I've just kept a note of it. I'll just talk to Shrutika about that and understand more in detail.
Done. Do that, and in case there's anything needed, you know how to reach to us. Anyways, both Shweta. Thank you so much guys, for your time.
Yeah.
And
thank you so much.
There's a video recording for this with everyone.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.